very, very weird rolling off the tongue. I definitely want to say Oakland 100%. But Tori, give me a game to watch for or a couple in Las Vegas schedule this year.
Again, no matter how good or how bad they are, they play their division opponents tough. They will play the Broncos tough. They will play the Chiefs tough. They will play the Chargers tough. Like, that is the thing. They are, even when they're not good, they're scrappy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not Raider Nation for no reason. They play like their fan base, rough and tough, and they don't give up. So I'm one of those that doesn't have a ton of faith in Mayock and Gruden. I think this is here that they finally get fired, unless anybody else sees something that I'm not seeing from this team. I mean, this tells me the state of the Raiders all in one thing. The fact that you traded Khalil Mack and then asked the Bears if you could trade back for him this year. What? Oh, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, but it is completely a Raider move.
Yeah. So, see, I every year for whatever reason, I pick the Raiders to do great, right? Like, I'm talking like 12-4, like 11-5, that type of record every year.
You also picked the Bears to go 10-7.
I did not
Let's
pick
be
the Bears.
real.
Did I pick the Bears to go 10-7? I
Or
7-10
the
for the Bears.
The Lions, excuse me.
Actually, I have that bumped up to 11-6 now. If you want to roll back that tape, but every year the Las Vegas Raiders have such a big ceiling and such a low basement that it is hard to logically judge them this year. So this year I am judging everything off of their quarterback play in Derek Carr. We have seen Derek Carr progressively get better each and every year, but every year he comes up and he is a topic of trade talk every year, and I don't know why. And this year, his name wasn't floating around as much, so I think that maybe he has finally solidified himself in the black and silver, and I think he is going to have a great season. So the game that I have circled here are basically all of the home games for the Las Vegas Raiders this season. I am curious.
Who doesn't want a DJ in the end zone?
Well, I'm not worried about that. I wonder if the black hole from Oakland and from LA, are they going to make the trip to Vegas each and every home game? Do you think that black hole, that home field advantage, is actually going to be there in Vegas? Or is Vegas such a destination place that the road teams might have more fans there? That is what I'm curious to see. And week 1, we are going to see that it is a destination for all these visiting teams, and the Ravens are going to come in there and they're going to smack the Raiders around. But however, with that being said, I do have them going 7-10 on the season because I think Derek Carr is going to put the team on their back, and I could see him throwing for 4,500 yards this year, Tori. I mean, having like a 67% completion, and he is going to definitely have an MVP caliber season, but he will not even be in the conversation because the Raiders are going to be 7-10. So there's, obviously you've got to be winning to be in that conversation. So I'm giving you Derek Carr, who is a player that has to have a successful season for the Raiders.
For them, it's Henry Ruggs needs to come back and have a great season for them. He's basically taking over as their number one. So, and everything they read, his route running was not that great before.
Horrible.
And that's the one thing they said that he worked on really, really hard over the off season was to improve his route running. And they said it's starting to show on the field. So for me, it's him. It's got to be him because, I mean, you used a first round pick on him. He was very, very hyped coming out of college. And rightfully so. I mean, how many Bama receivers have been taken in the first round now in the last 2 years? 4 of them.
Right.
So that just tells you what kind of depth Bama had. But Henry Ruggs was not a great route runner. He was a typical Raiders receiver. He could run and fly with the best of them, but couldn't run a route for his life. At least they got rid of the guy who runs a 4.2 40 but can't catch a ball. At least they went with somebody that can catch a ball
Are
That
you
can run a
referring to the
4.2
guy
forty.
from Kentucky? What was his name? That played quarterback for them, but they drafted him like second round as receiver. What was his name?
Oh, the guy that they traded?
Yeah,
The dude that I got it in the tip of my tongue.
it was the quarterback from Kentucky in like 2019 or whatever. But
Yeah, and then they traded him his last year. They traded him to Miami, like
yeah,
before the season even started.
yeah. I don't think he even made the roster.
No, he's on the roster. No,
Is he?
he's on the roster.
Okay.
I got to look now.
So